Jake Morrison and his friends were disgusted when they saw Zara Washington make the cheer squad at Westfield High. To them, she was a black girl who didn't belong among their traditionally white cheerleaders. So they tried to get rid of her, the only way they knew how, by attacking. But what Jake couldn't see beneath Zara's composed silence was tactical training from her Navy SEAL father. They thought she was helpless. He was catastrophically wrong, and Zara Washington was about to teach him exactly what happened when entitled bullies fatally underestimated a soldier's daughter. The gymnasium buzzed with nervous energy as Coach Peterson announced the new cheer team, Zara Washington. She'd made it. Around her, congratulations mixed with barely concealed surprise. From across the gym, Jake Morrison was staring, his jaw tight. He leaned over to whisper something to Tyler Knox, who shook his head with disgust. "Excuse me," Zara said politely at the exit. Jake stepped slightly to the right. "So, you're the new addition to our cheer squad. Interesting choice. Very progressive. I earned my spot just like everyone else," Zara replied evenly. "Our fans have certain expectations about what their cheerleaders should look like." Jake smiled coldly. "Traditional, the kind of girls who represent Eagle pride. This school is about excellence and representing our community with pride. That's exactly what I plan to do." She pushed past them. The harassment started small. Monday morning, her locker was ajar. By Thursday, someone had scratched "Go home" into the metal door. During lunch, Tyler Knox stuck his foot out and tripped her. "You calling me a liar?" He towered over her. Jake stepped forward. "You going to run crying to daddy? Must be embarrassing having a daughter who can't handle high school." Friday brought the incident that changed everything. She was walking toward the gym when Jake Morrison grabbed her left arm. "Hey, new girl, got a message for you." Tyler Knox seized her right arm while Brandon Mills blocked the view. They shoved her backward into a muddy puddle. Her uniform skirt tore on broken concrete. Cold, dirty water soaked through her clothes. "Looks like you slipped," Jake said loudly. "How clumsy." Mud streaked her face and arms. By tonight, half the school would see her humiliation. That evening, Zara told her father everything. Commander Washington listened without interruption, his face growing progressively darker. "Show me the social media posts," he said quietly. His jaw tightened with each swipe. "Principal Martinez told me to keep a low profile and let it blow over." "Dad, I know what you're thinking, but that'll just make things worse for me. They'll say I can't fight my own battles." Commander Washington studied his daughter with new respect. "You're right, but this can't continue." "I know. That's why I need you to teach me everything. How to defend myself, how to fight back, how to make sure this never happens again. Physical confrontation should always be the last resort. They already crossed it. They put their hands on me today. Fair point. But there are other ways to handle bullies. Strategic ways. Ways that leave them no room to claim victimhood." His smile was cold as winter steel. "Tell me everything you know about them. We're going to plan this like a military operation." Saturday morning brought Zara's first lesson in tactical awareness. They started at 6 a.m. in the basement training space. "Real combat is about efficiency, not entertainment," her father explained. "You identify the threat, neutralize it, and get out. 3 seconds or less." Over the following weeks, Zara gathered intelligence and trained rigorously. She documented everything. Jake's recruitment by State University in Alabama, Tyler selling vapes to underclassmen, Brandon's desperation to belong. Friday afternoon, Zara planted expired prescription pills in Jake's truck and called in an anonymous tip. Deputy Collins found the drugs during practice. Jake was arrested, losing his college scholarships immediately. Days later, Zara recorded Tyler selling vapes behind the gym and submitted the evidence anonymously. He was suspended, facing criminal charges with Jake expelled and Tyler facing charges. Brandon Mills reached his breaking point. Tuesday evening, he convinced the others to confront Zara. They found her address and planned to corner her. Wednesday evening at 8:30 p.m. Zara was on her usual walk when she heard the car engine slow behind her. A dark pickup truck crawled along the curb. The door slammed shut. Jake, Tyler, and Brandon cornered her, completing a triangle. "We know you're behind everything that's happened to us," Jake said. "Actions have consequences. Maybe you should have thought about that before you put your hands on me." Tyler lunged. Zara sidestepped and drove her elbow into his ribs. Jake rushed from behind, but she struck his solar plexus. Brandon tried to grab her, but she flipped him over her hip. Tyler came again, and she struck his nose with a sharp crack. Jake pulled a knife. "Let's play war." He lunged. Zara caught his wrist, twisted sharply until he dropped the weapon, then drove her knee into his stomach and followed with an uppercut. 3 opponents down in less than 30 seconds. Police arrived within minutes. A Ring doorbell camera had captured everything. 3 boys cornering 1 girl. Jake pulling a knife. Zara defending herself. The FBI opened a federal hate crime investigation. The media exploded. CNN interviewed Zara and her father, drawing 20 million viewers. The school district came under federal investigation. 6 months later, plea agreements were finalized. Jake pleaded guilty for 4 years. Tyler accepted 3 years. Brandon, showing genuine remorse, received 18 months at sentencing. Judge Reynolds addressed the packed courtroom. Let this case serve as a warning. Hate crimes will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Zara stood to deliver her victim impact statement. I didn't want any of this to happen. These defendants took that choice away. You thought you could intimidate me into disappearing. Instead, you taught me that standing up to bullies is the only way to stop them. I hope prison teaches you what empathy couldn't. 1 year later, Zara addressed an assembly at Westfield High about anti-bullying and racial justice. Bullies only have the power you give them. When you stand up for yourself and demand justice, they lose that power. She'd been accepted to Harvard with a full scholarship. The school had implemented comprehensive anti-harassment policies. Brandon Mills visited to apologize. Transformed by prison and counseling. Standing in her doorway afterward, Zara reflected on her journey. A year ago, she'd been a girl trying to fit into a hostile environment. Now, she was a young woman who'd proven that justice was possible. She'd fought for her place in the world and more importantly, she'd made that place safer for everyone who came after her.